Hello, West Ham Network. It's Holly, and I'm here with your Hammers headlines for today, Wednesday, the 4th of September, run in association with KUMB.com. Now, today we are going to be discussing two major updates on our quest to find West Ham's next fourth choice centre back, plus an unlikely praising of one of the Hammers. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, for your first story today, John Egan is said to be the most likely defender to come to West Ham at this point, with ex-WHU employee reporting that the former Sheffield United centre-back is getting close. So, a little bit of movement on that centre-back situation. Now, it's thought that he could be playing for us in a friendly behind closed doors against Dagenham and Redbridge in the next day or so, which would allow him to prove his fitness before the club would then make a decision on whether or not he is the centre-back that we want to sign. So, we've got concerns over Joel Matip's fitness. And also, you'll see another story in a second, which means that this may well be one of the options that we do end up going with. But let us know your thoughts in the comments section about John Egan joining the Hammers. Could he be our new Craig Dawson, one of those that nobody's overly excited about, but you bring him into the club and realise that they are the defender that you've been needing all this time? Now, for your second story, and somewhat linked, as I said, to the Egan story, it looks as though Hummels is not going to be heading to West Ham after interest from Roma looks to be progressing. So, according to Fabrizio Romano, an improved proposal was sent today, and the club want to complete the deal after a medical goes ahead, and Hummels is in decent shape by the sounds of it, so it's thought that a medical would be passed. He has also said that here we go is expected soon. So, it's going to be a shame if we do miss out on Mats Hummels. I think he'd have brought a lot of experience to the club. Despite his age, he'd be a really solid squad player. And even if we don't have the intention to give him loads of game time, I think he would have added a lot to what he could do off the pitch, as well as when he gets the opportunity on the pitch. But if it's not meant to be, it doesn't sound as though we're stopping our search for a fourth choice centre-back, which is good that we're going to keep those options going. So are you disappointed to hear Hummels? That's what I want to know. If he's going elsewhere, most likely, let us know down below in that comment section. And last but not least, Man City's Gvardiol came out and spoke about Kudus as the most difficult player that he faced last season, saying that he realised in the last 15 or so minutes that he played in the game last season, he was sharp and he looked good on the ball. He then said in the second game for us last season, Kudus was the player that he struggled most to play against, and that he thinks he's the player that deserves the most attention. He added, I believe this season he's going to come out and show his quality. And I think from what we're seeing so far from Kudus this season, Gvardiol may well be correct, as he's proving to be quite the handful for any oppositions that we face. But The Athletic have also reported on Kudus' £85 million release clause coming into effect next summer, which is definitely going to be another thing to keep an eye on, because it would actually bring a profit of £47 million, making it technically a great bit of business. But he's not a player that we want to leave, is he? The question is, could we tempt him to stay? I think for us to do it, we'd need to finish back in European spots, renegotiate his contract for him to choose to stay at West Ham, to stop him wanting to go elsewhere if another club does come in and pay that release clause. I think this is the thing when you bring in players that are doing well, and it says a lot that we've got multiple players that are now being spoken about in such high regard, with release clauses wanting to be paid and big clubs wanting to come in for them, that we are identifying the right players and we are doing really well. But I think the next stage is for us to get back to Europe, and at that point we'll then find it easier to keep this talent at West Ham. In the meantime, it might be a case of short-term players coming in and out, similar to, we've spoken about it over the years, but the Brighton model of doing football, where you identify talent, bring them in, get them great, and then sell them for a massive profit. People spoke quite positively in recent years about why couldn't we have a model like Brighton. Personally, I've always been really against it, because I don't want us to get talented players, make them amazing, sell ourselves the dream, and then go bye-bye, have fun at Man City or wherever they go off to. So personally, I would love us to be able to keep the talent, but I think without European football, it does make it quite difficult if we've got players that are attracting top teams coming their way. But you never know. You never know what's going to happen. And I'm hopeful that we will keep Kudus for as long as possible. And on the right side, we're getting some great performances in the meantime. And yeah, we've got Gvardiol coming out and saying he's an absolute handful. there you have it. Those have been your Hammers headlines for today, run in association with KUMB.com. I really hope you've enjoyed them. Please give this video a thumbs up if you have liked it. Check out my video as well from earlier today, where I chatted through some of the key differences that we're starting to see in the way that we set up on Lopetegui. That's all from me for now, but until next time, have a great day. Come on, you Irons.